Peace and blessings, Mishpachah. Peace and blessings. May the Most High bless each and every one of you. This is Yom Ravi'i. I am Melchi Uriel, and we are here once again to fellowship as a family, to fellowship, to magnify the Most High, and to just, come together with the family once again. This is something that we do. We are indeed a Hebrew community. It is impossible for us to be anti-Semitic, for we are Semitic, and we stand strongly on that. And we don't need to say who is what and who is not what. You know what? We just are busy loving each other and loving the Most High. And so this is exactly who we are. And guess what? This is who we're going to be. I'm Melchi Uriel, and tonight we're going to be talking about 10 contradictions, 10 major contradictions. Yeah, against the Tanakh that comes straight directly from the Christian New Testament. Be right back.
Melchi Uriel. See, I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down, to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant.
All right, we are back. All praises to the Most High. Yes, we are very happy to be here. And we're gonna go ahead and I don't want to cause a technical difficulty by something I was doing. But hey, we're gonna go ahead and yes, giving some shout outs. So glad to have with us all the family here. Those of you that are here, yep, glad to have you. We have, yes, my brother from another mother, the senior moderator, okay, our chief moderator, Bergen Paris. Peace and blessings to you, my brother. Always glad. And we have brother Adrian right along with him, my brother as well. Peace and blessings to you, my brother Adrian. And we have Roderick Huggy here. Peace and blessings to you, my brother. The wonderful Christine Croning is here. Peace and blessings to you, my sister. And also we have the dynamic duo themselves, Josh and Penny Frank. All praises to the Most High for them. And I'm glad that they are here. And they are moderators as well, doing a great job along with Bergen Paris. And we have Gilly in the house. Gilbert St. Jean is with us. And not only that, but we also have, did I miss anyone? We also have, I thought I saw someone else. Okay, it looks like that's it. So, hey, we've got more, as always, we've got more people watching than we do in the chat room. Come on in. Listen, we're not going to bite unless you bite first. So, hey, if you're calm and peaceful, then you have absolutely nothing to worry about. So, peace and blessings to each and every one of you. What we're going to do is we're going to hop right in, because I ain't playing with it. We're going to hop right in, and we're going to go ahead and just dig into this, because this is something that we must not forget, okay? These are things that we absolutely must not forget. Now, why is something like this important? Well, I'm so glad that you asked that. It's important because Christianity purports itself to be the sequel, if you will, the fulfillment of the Tanakh. And with that being stated, rather than it following and flowing through with some of the major points in the Tanakh, it does an exact reversal. And then it turns around, and basically what Christianity does is it turns around and it really acts more like a Greco-Roman mythology than it does an actual sequel to the Tanakh. What do I mean by that? Well, I am reminded how in the Greek mythologies you have Kronos, who turns on his father, and you know, you have all of these gross things, right? Or is it, or did I get it backwards? Or is it Kronos that? Well, anyway, you've got one actually turning on their father, and I think even castrating their father. And then another set, they're eating their children, and so forth and so on. Christianity behaves this way when it comes to the Tanakh. It completely denies and disowns its mother and its father, where it came from. And so it completely disowns it, turns its back on it, and then says, I am bigger than you, I'm better than you. In fact, you're old and you're ready to die. I'm taking your place. And it does, again, act more like a gangster scene out of a movie than anything that is true to life that's supposed to be a sequel to something else. Well, what do I mean by that? We're going to get right into this, because there are some things that I feel that we need to address very, very quickly as we deal with this. And we're just going to talk about it real quick, and then we're going to let this thing go. Well, one of the first things is, and I know people, you know, this is controversial to some people, but you know what? It really isn't controversial, because, hey, the cat has been let out of the bag, and we understand exactly what's going on when it comes to this. And what do I mean by this? I'm talking about the abolishment of the law. In Christianity, the claim is, first of all, you have Yeshua ben Yosef stating something in Matthew 5:17, but then the Apostle Paul stating something else in Romans 6:14. Well, we're going to go right there. First of all, what Yeshua ben Yosef, called Jesus by the Greeks and the pagans, said in Matthew 5:17, says, think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but guess what? I came to fulfill, or to do. Okay? And then he says, for verily I say unto you, until heaven and earth pass away, ain't none of that gonna pass. None of that, nothing is going to fall away from the law until everything comes to pass. And there's many things in the Tanakh that has not come to pass yet. It is still vibrant, it is still alive, and it is still anointed, and it is still the word of the Most High. Verse number 19 says, whosoever therefore shall break one of the least of these commandments, whosoever shall break even the least of one of these commandments, and shall teach men so, shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven, or in the kingdom of New Israel, here on earth. Well, look at what Paul said in Romans 6:14. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for you are not under the law, but under grace. Hogwash. Who in the H-E-double hockey sticks do you think you are to go against the Tanakh? Who do you think you are to go against the Tanakh? Okay, I dare not whip you the finger. I'm just going to keep on. We're going to keep on reading, okay? Because this is one of those major contradictions right there in your face. But guess what? There's also another one, and it's the worshiping of a man as a god. The worshiping of a man as a god. And guess what? Yes, we have another contradiction in this area coming to us from the Christian New Testament. Well, we see here, coming from John 1:1, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. This is nothing more than Neoplatonism coming at you once again. Paul quotes, my goodness, Paul quotes so many of the, of the philosophers, Greco-Roman philosophers, until it's not even funny. Seneca and others. I mean, you think about it, and it's like, wow. When did someone who's a tent maker that's living from paycheck to paycheck, or from tent to tent, When did they have time to go and study the writings of Homer in order to learn Greek and then turn around and in a professional kind of elite form of Greek, turn around and then study the philosophers enough to memorize what they're saying and then go quote those to people? And how bold would you have to be to quote Greco-Roman philosophers to Hebrew people? So apparently his audience was not ever intended to be Hebrews, but hey, let's just keep this moving. Notice what we see here. And this again is so blasphemous. I don't even want to read it, but hey, let's go here. Okay? Let's go here. That at the name of JC, every knee should bow of the things in heaven and things in the earth and things under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that JC is what? Lord, to the glory of God. See, this is the major, listen, this is the mind game here, that you're doing it for God's glory, but the Most High said that he will not share his glory with any other. And he says, you know what? Beside me, there is none other. Now, listen, we have modern day scholars, and the consensus of modern day scholars has been that when you take a look at Isaiah 43, 10 and 11, like we often do, by means of seeing it so many times, many of you can quote it already, right? Isaiah 43 and 11, which basically says, I'm the only one up here, there's no one here but me. Supposedly the consensus of modern day scholars is that, well, this is one of those statements that doesn't mean that he's really just the only one. Why, there were other Elohim, there were other gods, but he means that there's only one for you. Well, even if you take that, okay, we're gonna do like my friend Rabbi Tobias Singers does, and says, let's play make-believe. Let's just play make-believe that that is actually the case. It still says that you're not supposed to have anyone that you're looking at other than the Most High. So no matter which way you slice it, no matter which way you dice it, you are completely wrong for looking at a man and bowing your knee to a man and calling him God, point blank and period. Okay? Well, there are other contradictions that we need to take a look at, and this one is a big one, because this is something that people believe. But just before I go here, I want to contrast what we just talked about, because you know what, I didn't give you the other half. The looking at a man as God, well, we know that the Christian New Testament does that, but does the Tanakh agree with that? Well, this is a familiar scripture. What does it read? Elohim is not a man. Elohim is not a man. In order for this to be eternally, spiritually true, then there can be no time in history where the Most High has been a man. God is not man. Elohim is not man that he should lie, neither the Son of Man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and he shall not make it good? Okay? So, yeah, take a look here. He's not a man. Okay? He's not a man at any point in time. Okay? And so notice what we read also here in Exodus 20, verses 3 through 5. You shall have no other Elohim before me. You shall not make unto you any graven image or any likeness of thing that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them. Okay? So what are the them? What are those? The graven image, likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or in the earth, or in the water beneath. For I, Yah, Eloheka, the Lord your God, I am a jealous, a very emotional and passionate and emotionally attached Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Okay, so the Most High is saying, look, don't have anyone else even try to represent me. Don't have anyone else try to be me. Don't do it, because I'm not with it. Also, another scripture, Isaiah 42:8. Okay, and I give me a little bit of time, and I will publish these to my Patreon. It reads here in Isaiah 42:8, I am Yah, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another. Didn't I just quote that earlier for you? My glory I will not give to another. My glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. Okay? So he says, you know what? Hey, I'm not going to give my glory to another. And I'm definitely not going to give it to a graven image. Okay? Well, if he's not going to give it to another, then of course, what happens when we go to St. Johnny and we go to the 17th chapter and we read the prayer of Yeshua ben Yosef where he is where he's saying to, oh, I'm sorry, you know what, I tell you, my cursor just does things. Where he is actually praying this prayer in John 17, and he says, glorify me now with the glory that, that I had, once before, and so forth and so on. The Most High said that I am not going to give my glory to another. Notice what he says here. He says, and now, O Father, glorify thou me with thine own self, with the glory which I had with thee, sharing it with you before the world was. The Most High just said, I don't share my glory with anybody else. I'm not sharing it with anybody else. Look, I don't do that, right? I don't do that. I don't, it's like, hey, can I use your toothbrush? No, I don't do that. I don't get down that way, okay? Look, my undergarments were stolen. Hey, you can't wear mine. I'm sorry. Go get you some. I don't do that. I don't share that. Okay? The Most High says, I don't share my glory. I do not share my glory with another. And so, notice what they have. They have Yeshua ben Yosef actually sharing glory with the Most High. Another contradiction. Okay? Contradiction number 3. Contradiction number 3. Number 1 was the abolishing of the law. Number 2 was the worshiping of a man as God. Number 3, oh boy, it is connected with number 2, but guess what it is, y'all? Guess what it is? It is none other than the false claim. Oh boy, here we go. Help me, Most High. The false claim concerning the birth of Yeshua ben Yosef and him being born of a virgin. All right, we go in there. In the Christian New Testament, here's what it reads. Matthew 1:23, behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which JC was never called Emmanuel, which being interpreted as Elohim with us, okay? He was never even called Elohim with us. That was not his name. You look in Luke, the 4th chapter, and it reads, hey, Yeshua ben Yosef. That's why I call him Yeshua ben Yosef. This is not this Joseph's son? Is not this Yeshua ben Yosef? And are not his sisters and his brothers with us? Are not, Joseph's and are not they all with us right here? Aren't his brothers and sisters right here? Yeshua ben Yosef. That's why I call him that, right? He was not called Elohim with us, okay? And so, long story short, and you know all about this, how, soon when it gets cold and Christmas comes, and after Thanksgiving, you're going to find little baby mangers and little baby Jesus out there, little baby Jesus in his baby swaddling baby diapers. I love what Ahmed Deedat said regarding this. Ahmed Deedat said, God wearing a pamper? God filling a pamper? Really? Going to the bathroom? No, sorry. Can't see it. Well, let's just continue, my brothers and my sisters. And where they get it from is, of course, the my goodness, the difference between the Septuagint and the the more original Hebrew text. Let me put it to you that way: the more original Hebrew text that, of course, that we do not have. It is not extant at this particular time. Nonetheless, it reads, "Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son." Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can we just apply just a little bit of logic here? Can we apply just a little bit of logic? This is not even hard, okay? But look at this and tell me something here real quick. Behold, a virgin shall conceive. If someone conceives, and by the way, what are you talking about? The seed of a man, so that you can have a man son here, right? A son. Notice what is read here. She shall conceive. Well, she's not a virgin anymore if she conceived. I mean, it had to get there somehow. She's not a virgin if she conceived. Okay? I'm just saying. I mean, help me out here. And I'm sorry, and they should call his name Emmanuel. Well, of course, that Yeshua ben Yosef was never called Emmanuel. Okay? And the whole thing of this is the sign is not the child being born, but the child knowing the difference between good and evil. Before the child knows the difference between good and evil, yes, that's when that whole national crisis is going to be over. That's what Isaiah is about. But see, in all of these things, I know we're only at point number 3. All of these different things, the Christians suggest, in fact, they really do indict those of us of the Hebrew faith, and they say, well, see, you guys didn't even know. You didn't even know the revelation and the truth that was in your own Bible. We have the truth. It's been revealed unto us. You don't have it. We have it. And so they look down upon us, and they use this. Basically, that was the first level of demonization, so that they could take us and dog us and do us any way that they want to, because they said, well, now you're cursed of the Most High. Which is definitely not the truth. However, when you take a look at it, they say, well, see, you guys just didn't get the revelation. And you know what? This madness goes on today, but people say it in different ways. See, you don't have the Ruach HaKodesh. See, you don't have the Ruach HaKodesh. So that you can understand. No, it is simple. It is plain. You don't need to do mental acrobatics and talking about 3 is 1 and 1 is really 3. And by the mere definition, you are denying that 1 is actually 1 or that 3 is actually 3. When you say 1 is 3 and 3 is 1, you're convoluting things, and now everything has lost its integrity, because 1 can never be 3. Neither can 3 be 1 in number. No, it cannot. I understand your complex unity. No, hogwash. That's a mind game that's played, and then they tell you, well, you see, the Trinity, it is a mystery, and you know, it is a mystery. No, it's hogwash. That's what it is. It's a lie. That's what it is. It's an indictment against the Tanakh. That's what it is. Okay, let me just come straight down the middle. That's exactly what it is. But you've been taught it for so long until you believe it, and there's no change. And you know what? Even regardless of what I'm saying tonight, a Christian will just go right ahead and act as if I've said nothing, because it is all about belief. It's not about truth. It's not about facts. It's about belief and belief alone, and therein lies the great danger. Therein lies the great danger. Well, let's continue. Let me climb down off the soapbox, okay? And let me continue, because we do have another. Well, the other one that we have, which is also a doozy, it is the rejection of physical nationhood. Yes, this is another indictment. Christianity rejects the physical nationhood, okay, of Israel and in its relationship to the kingdom, and it suggests that the church has superseded. The church is taking the place. Yeah, the church done took the place of Israel. Now you may as well flush Israel down the toilet. I'm just saying, you may as well flush Israel down the toilet, because now we have the church and it's supersessionism. Get rid of them. That's okay. It's all, what they have is old and ready to fade away. Now we have the New Testament. The New Testament. Well, there's nothing new under the sun, but let's just keep it moving. When you take a look here at what the word of the Most High says regarding this, well, let's first give you their indictment, okay? This is what they say. This is Galatians, the madness of Galatians here. I'm going to highlight it so that you can read it. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female. What? There is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in JC. Hogwash. Hogwash. Oh, so no one's having babies anymore? People stop having babies. There is no male, no female, okay? And if ye be Christ, then are ye Abraham's seed. Hogwash. And heirs according to the promise. Okay? This is wrong, completely wrong, okay? So why is that wrong? Well, let's take a look here at what the Tanakh says. Again, remember, brothers and sisters, we compare everything to the Tanakh, for it is written that concerning the law and the testimony, if they speak not according to this word of the law and the testimony, there is no light in them. And the Christian New Testament speaks against. Yeah. Dan McClellan talks about there being no univocality, and there is no thread of continuity and thought and verbiage and meaning and intent and purpose, okay, from one end of the proverbial string to the other when it comes to the Tanakh as well as the entire Bible itself. Well, there definitely is a huge disconnect between the Christian New Testament and also the Tanakh itself. They are completely separate systems, supposedly a harmonious whole and one and the same thing, only expressed differently. No, it is not. It is actually a lie. Well, let's take a look here, because as we look at the Tanakh, Jeremiah 31, verses 35 and 36, what does it read? Thus says Yah, which gives the sun for light by day, and the ordinance of the moon, and the stars of the light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yah Sabaoth is his name. Okay, Yah Sabaoth is his name. If those ordinances depart from me, saith Yah, then the seed of Israel also shall cease. If those ordinances of the sun and moon, is the sun and moon still here? Is the sun and moon still here? Can you go look out your window if it's nighttime, or look out your window if it's daytime? Do you see a sun? Do you see a moon? Yes, you do. Do you see stars? Right? Yeah, you do, don't you? Oh. So what does that mean? Well, according to this, it means that if those ordinances, okay, since they're still there, then there is still the seed of Israel, okay? And guess what? They are still a nation, okay? They are definitely still a nation. So it's not as if they've been done away with, right? Notice what this also says in Amos 3:2. You only have I known of all the families in the earth. You only have I known, therefore I will punish you for your iniquities. The Most High is not playing with his people. He is not playing with Israel. He is very serious, and it's not about the church. Okay, so now let's do this. It's about Israel, and it's not about the church. Listen, let me say that again. It is not about the church. It's about Israel. Israel is what is most important. His people, Israel is what is important, not the church. Okay? The church is a man-made counterfeit to what the Most High is doing in the earth. So number 5 here, and by the way, you can get this document. I'm going to upload it to my Patreon. Okay, give me just a little bit. But number 5, there's a command to hate family for JC. Yes, there is a command for you to hate your family. Hate your family for JC. What? Well, you see, they were speaking hyperbole. They didn't mean it like that. They were speaking hyperbole. No, 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 they weren't. No, they weren't at all. Okay? These are the words that they put in the mouth of Yeshua ben Yosef. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and dog and cat and brethren and sister, yea, and even his own life, you have to hate even your own life. He cannot be my disciple. Okay? So you have to hate. Okay? It's been a while since I've actually read Greek, but this is Meseo. Okay? And let's take a look here. It is a hatred. It is hatred. Look at this. Hatred of pleasure. I mean, look at this. References to Zeus hating and would not suffer. Okay? I mean, it sounds like detestation. Like, I detest you. I hate you. So it sounds like that's what he really wants. Okay? Sounds like that's really what he's after. He said, you know, if you don't hate them, how dare you come to me and not hate your mama and your daddy and your what you mean? What you mean? What? How dare you come to me and not hate all of them? What's wrong with you? In order for you to be my disciple, you gotta hate them all. Hate your mama, your grandmammy, your grandpa. Hate them all. Hate them. Okay? Now, how are you gonna get out of that? How are you going to get out of that? I mean, that's a pretty tall order. You have to hate your grandpappy, your grandmammy, and everybody in your family, including yourself, your wife, everybody, dog, cat. You got to hate everybody. Okay? That's a pretty tall order, if you ask me. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'm just saying. Let's do this. Let's continue, brothers and sisters. Okay, let's continue. Give me a second here. Let me get to our next scripture, which is in Exodus 20. Okay. And give me just a second here. I'm going to have to get some... Let me get something to drink here real quick. Be right back.
Hi, I'm Melchior Uriel, and I'm so delighted to meet you. I'm glad that you stopped by. I'm glad that you're curious, and I'm glad that you clicked on the video.
So let's continue. We're going to go to the scriptures. Hold on now. We're going to go to the scriptures right here in Exodus. I wanted to show you that commercial again, but hey, let's go to Exodus 20 and notice what we read in verse number 12. Honor thy father and thy mother. What? No, you're supposed to hate them. No. Honor your mother and your father, that your days may be long upon the land which the Most High gives you. Okay? Most High says, no, you're going to love, not hate. And he, Elijah, when he comes, he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to the fathers, lest I come with a curse and smite the whole planet. Now that sounds a whole lot different than usual. If you don't hate your mama and hate your daddy and hate your dog, your cat, hate everything, hate the gerbil, hate the squirrel, hate everything. I mean, if you listen, I'm sorry, even the energy of that is just, you must hate them all. You must hate all of them, even your wife. I mean, my goodness. No, thank you. No, thank you. What is the next contradiction? Well, this is interesting. This is interesting because now we get into something that relates to the ancient customs of the past, but we're talking about sacrifices. And of course, you know, back in the day, they did, of course, sacrifice animals. Right now, here's the interesting thing. According to the prophecy, okay, when the new Messianic age comes, there's going to be a reinstitution of animal sacrifices. But wait a minute, hold it. So then why do we see this coming to us from the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 10? By the which will we are sanctified through the offering of the body of JC once and for all. In other words, it's this human sacrifice that we, hey, once and for all, the Apostle Paul said, this does it for us. No more animal sacrifices. Yep. Why? Because we have this human sacrifice up here. Right? We have this human sacrifice, and so that's supposed to be good enough for us. Take a look here at Leviticus. We're going to contrast that with the word of the Most High here in Leviticus. All the males among the children of Aaron shall eat of it. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Okay? Concerning the offerings of Yah made by fire, everyone that touches them shall be holy. So sacrifices are intended to continue forever. Yes, they are. There it is. Let's go here. Ezekiel. I am giving you guys a workout in the chat room, putting all these scriptures down. I know. Ezekiel 43, 18 through 27, real quick. And he said unto me, Son of man, thus says Yah Elohim, these are the ordinances of the altar in the day when they shall make it, to burn offerings thereon, and to sprinkle blood thereon, and thou shalt give it to the priests and the Levites that be of the seed of Zadok, which approach unto me to minister unto me, saith Yah Elohim, a young bullock for a sin offering. Now again, this is the prophetic messianic age. Okay, this is what's supposed to happen. Okay, not there being a human sacrifice for all. And basically he tells him what to do with it. I'm not going to read all the way down to 27, but you get the point. Animal sacrifices are going to be reinstituted. Okay, they are going to be reinstituted, and that is according to the Most High in the book of Ezekiel. So all of this human sacrifice, once and for all, JC, no, that is a lie. It is not true. So also something that is not true is, again, this is number 7, but the concept of a second coming. The concept of a boomeranging Messiah. He's here, but then he's gone, and then he boomerangs back. No, this is not according to the word of the Most High. But hey, right over here in the book of Acts, let's go here, because the Christian New Testament says something different than the Tanakh. It says, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye here gazing up into heaven, this same Yeshua ben Yosef, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. Yeah, he's coming back. He's going to do a boomerang. Okay, he didn't finish everything, but guess what? When he comes back, yeah, that's when he's really, when he's really gonna finish it. I did a, talking about saviors that are expected to come back. I showed you this before. I showed you this, I think, a couple of weeks ago. But Zoroaster is supposed to come back. So is Krishna is supposed to come back. Maitreya, Buddha, is supposed to come back. Quetzalcoatl is supposed to come back. Even dang on King Arthur is supposed to come back. And yes, the Imam Mahdi of Islam is supposed to come back. And yeah, there he is. Yeah. He's also supposed to come back. All of these dudes are supposed to come back. Why? I don't know. It's just, it's just the way that they did it back in the day. You gotta come back, right? And so, this is not according to the word of the Most High, right? This is not according to the word of the Most High. But notice what we read here as I go down the home stretch. Notice what we read here in Isaiah 11 and 1. Isaiah 11 and 1. Right here, if you question Isaiah 11 and verse 1, and there shall come from the root, and there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots, and the spirit of Yah shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and the fear of Yah. Didn't say that he was going to be Yah, but said that he would have the fear of Yah. Verse 3, and shall make him of quick understanding and the fear of Yah, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither prove after the hearing of his ears, but with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. It didn't say that he was going to leave for 2,000 years, 3,000 years, then come back and do this. It says, nope, there's a root, and guess what? These things are going to be done. Well, we could go on and on, okay? Ezekiel 37 also gives us an understanding that what's going to happen, right? The Most High is definitely going to return and going to do his will and bring about victory for us. This is not about a boomeranging Messiah. This is not about anyone that is going to be, coming back. No, the Most High is going to bring him, and then, of course, he is going to establish him, and he is going to bring about the will of the Most High. Last scripture concerning that, it reads here, Zechariah 14 and 9, and Yah shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Yah, and his name one. So the Most High is saying, you know what, this is going to happen. You don't need to, no one needs to disappear for thousands of years and come back. No, that's not necessary. That is not what the Most High is saying. Okay, but it is what Christianity is saying. And they will, I don't let the cat out of the bag, but yeah, if you don't agree with them, then they have a few things to say. They have a few things to say to you if you don't agree with them. Well, let's just continue here, because not only is there a second coming, but guess what? There is a lie in that there's supposed to be a second coming. But guess what else? Guess what else is also false? That it's faith alone. This is number 8, that there is faith alone. In order for you to be righteous, it's faith alone, as opposed to you keeping the commandments. So let's go here. Let's go into the lying words of this doctrine. Okay, here we go. Ephesians 2 verses 8 and 9. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, because you could never do what's right. You could never be right. So it's got to be through faith by grace, because you're so miserable and you're so messed up. You could never do what the Tanakh says. You could never follow and obey God. And he says, it is the gift of Elohim, not of works. No, no, it's not anything that you have to do, lest any man should boast in stuff. No, 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 no. I'm not going to read any more of that. But contrast that to this. Okay? Contrast that to this. Deuteronomy 30, verses 14 through 16. But the word is very close to you, even in your mouth and in your heart, that you may do it. See, I have set before you this day life and good and death and evil, in that I command thee this day to love Yah Eloheka, the Lord your God, to walk in his ways and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that you may live and multiply, and the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land, not in heaven, but in the land, not in heaven, not up in glory, but in the land where you go to possess it. I could go on, but bottom line, that is what the word of the Most High says. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Elohim and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Okay? So the Most High wants us to understand, okay, that it is not by faith and grace alone. I'm going to hit you with this one. Then we're going to go to the next one. Once again, here is forgiveness without any bloodshed right in the Tanakh, what the Christians call the Old Testament. Here it is, Ezekiel 18, verses 21 and 22. But if the wicked turn from his sins that he has committed and keep my statutes, basically he's going to live. Verse 22, all the transgressions that he did, he doesn't have to beg me for forgiveness. He doesn't have to beg me for anything. Guess what? They will not even be mentioned unto him again. Why? Because he has done righteousness. Period and point blank. Okay, that is righteousness by the law, by keeping the commandments. And I said that we were going to go forward, but I gotta give you this one. Listen, I have to give you this one. I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't. Let me give you this verse right here. This is Deuteronomy 6 and 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before Yah our Elohim, as he has commanded us. That is what your obligation is. Not to believe unto salvation. Not to have faith and believe. And just believe, just believe, just believe. No, that is not what the Most High is saying. That's what Christianity is saying. That's what someone who wants to fool you is saying. Think about it for a second. If somebody wants to fool you, now again, I say that truth is eternal and it works any and everywhere. You can take the principle of truth and it will work anywhere at any time. You have two men, okay? Someone wants to bless you, someone wants to fool you. The person that wants to bless you may say, well, hey, all you have to do is this, whatever, give me your bills or whatever. I'm going to bless you. I'm going to give you something. But the person that's trying to fool you, what does he say? Just believe me. You can trust me. Just believe me. You can trust me. Just believe. Just believe. Just believe. What do con men want you to do? Just believe. It follows true. You cannot deny the truth. Okay? All right, so let me move on. You all are detaining me here. Don't be detaining me like this. Okay, so let's take a look. Because we are down. We're down to our last, just about our last two. Okay? We are on number 9 right now. The 9th shocking contradiction that we could hold against Christianity is the replacing of Shabbat with Sunday worship. This is not pleasing to the Most High. This is not pleasing unto the Most High. Well, let's go here and let's take a look at these here scriptures. Apostle Paul said, let no man therefore judge you in meat. Or in other words, you can go ahead and have a bacon sandwich. You can go ahead and have you a pig feet sandwich. Go ahead. Ain't nothing wrong with you putting that pig snout between two pieces of bread and biting down on it. There's nothing wrong. Don't let anybody judge you with meat. Don't let anybody judge you with drink. No. You can drink anything that's got pork in it. No, don't even worry about that. You know? Or in any respect of a holy day. Because you know what? You don't even have to worry about that. Or of the new moon. Or of the Sabbath. I know that this was special to us, but hey, you know, yay. Don't let nobody judge you about that. They trying to make you feel guilty. They trying to make you feel guilty. Don't let them judge you. Don't let them judge you. Well, that is a stark contrast between the word of the Most High, which says this: wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, worship on the seventh day, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations. Oh my goodness. Throughout their generations. Throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant. Those who would say, well, see, when they say throughout your generation, that just means that went for them people of that time. That's what that means for them people of that time. No, it does not. Why? Because the latter clause here says, for a perpetual covenant. In other words, you ain't done yet. It's not done. It continues. It goes on forever. It is a perpetual covenant. How can you do away with that? How can you ignore that? This is an indictment against Christianity. Isaiah 66:23, and it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Shabbat to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, says Yah. And yes, that has nothing to do with Sunday worship. It is worship on the seventh day. But if you notice, it is written in the book of Daniel that when the wicked one comes, he is going to change times and seasons. And yes, he has done that when it comes to worshiping even the Most High. Well, we're on the last and final one. Yes, we are. And I want you to give me just a few minutes. We're going to hit this one and we're going to let it go. This one is also a doozy. What are you talking about? It's a doozy. Well, the doctrine of hell as eternal torment. This is a major indictment, okay? And it is found in Christianity. In fact, Christianity is one of those religions that really pounces on hell real hard. They really do. They pounce on hell really, really hard. Well, let's take a look. Because as we see here, we're gonna read from Mark, the 9th chapter, verses 43 to 49. Here we go. I want you to follow along with me. And if thy hand offend thee, let me get something else to drink here. My voice is getting. And if thy hand offend thee, cut that joker off, boy. Cut it clean off. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed. What? It is better for you to enter into life maimed than having two hands to go into hell. Okay? Again, Christianity, man, is heavy on the hell. Into the fire that shall never be quenched. Oh, the fire that shall never be quenched. Where their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched. And if thy foot offend thee, well, do the same thing. It is better for you to enter into life halt than having 2 feet and be cast into hell. Where their worm dieth not on the fire, it's not quenched. And if thy eye, well, you know where this is going, right? You know where this is going, right? I mean, you could choose any body part, and it's going to be the same outcome. He's saying, well, yeah, Yeah, do that to yourself. And by the way, there was this guy back when I was in the Christian church. There was this guy who, they called everybody down to the altar, and as they got done praying for people, and as they were leaving, this guy had one eye that was really, really red. And so they asked him, they said, well, why is your eye red like this? Like the preacher asked him. In fact, I know the preacher that asked this guy this. He said, why is your eye red? He said, because the Bible says if your eye offend you, pluck it out. This dude was down at the altar really trying to pluck out his own eye because his eye had been bothering him. You can't make this stuff up. You just simply can't make this stuff up. So notice what it reads here in Psalm 37. It says, you know what? Don't even fret yourself because of evildoers. They're going to be cut down like the grass and like the withered herb. In other words, the wicked are going to be cut down. Okay, they're gonna be ushered out of here. That's what they're going to get. Okay. Ecclesiastes 9 verse number 5. Again, I will highlight it for you so that you can see it very plainly. For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know nothing. Neither have they any more a reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. In other words, the Tanakh paints the picture that you will cease to exist from this life. Excuse me. Okay, and the scripture in the book of Proverbs says that your spirit will go up to where the Most High is when you die. So this is Isaiah 66, real quick, Isaiah 66 and verse number 24. It reads, and they shall go forth and look upon the carcasses of the men that have transgressed against me. For their worm shall not die, neither shall their fire be quenched, and they shall be an abhorring unto all flesh. So this is talking about them actually being in a physical jail. A physical grave, where the worm is continual. Well, in taking a look then, these indictments against Christianity are simply what they are. Christianity is not the sequel to the first blockbuster. No, it is not a sequel. In fact, it contradicts what the Most High has said. It contradicts the word of the Most High on major points, including salvation, including what the end goal is. It does deny the word and will of the Most High, while dressing itself up to be righteous and holy and to be that which the Most High sanctioned and is smiling at. Well, this is not true. It is an indictment against Christianity, and so we stand upon the word of the Most High, knowing that as we stand upon his word and work righteousness, we have no need of being afraid. We have no need of fear. We have no need of wondering about a hell, because hell is for the unrighteous, if there is one, right? It's for the unrighteous, and we know that we are righteous because we follow his laws, statutes, and his commandments. Okay? With that being the case, let me tiptoe into the chat room and let me see what you all are talking about. Okay, let me go like that. All right. Peace and blessings to my sister, Jacqueline E. Bugs. Peace and blessings to my sister, and let's see, who else may have... Okay, I think that George Evans. Peace and blessings to you, my brother George Evans. Yes. All right. I think we got everyone else. So, all right. Hey, are there any questions? Any questions or comments? I'm opening it up right now for those of you that may have questions and comments. You can feel free to ask. So, I'm getting a little tired. I think I'm ready to go to the next chapter of this day. But I wanted to open it up for questions just before we leave. Peace and blessings to you all. Okay, so you know what? I don't see any questions. I don't see any questions or comments. So I guess we are just getting ready to go ahead and skedaddle, unless someone has a question or a comment. Okay? Unless someone has a question or a comment. Okay, all right. Well, peace and blessings to you, my brothers and sisters. All right, we're going to go ahead and we're going to allow you to enjoy the rest of your day. I'm Malkia Uriel, and this has been Yom Ravi'i, day number 4. And you know what? We are close. We are close to another Shabbat celebration. And yes, we can't wait because it's going to be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And so, hey, let's continue to uplift each other in prayer. Let's continue to reach out to each other as family. I love you all. And may the Most High continue to bless you and may He keep you. All right? All right. Peace and blessings. I love you all. So, hey, next time around, we'll see ya.